Hello, kids! You know, in a kingdom it was said that there was a fabric that could distinguish the clever from the stupid, and those fit for their jobs from those unfit. It's amazing, isn't it? Let's discover the truth about this mysterious fabric in Hans Christian Andersen's story, The Emperor's New Clothes. Once upon a time, there lived an emperor who loved beautiful clothes so much that he spent all his money on being well dressed. The emperor didn't care about his daily affairs and other pleasures. He changed clothes almost every hour of the day. Instead of saying, as one might about any other ruler, "The king is in council," here they always said, "The emperor is in his dressing room." Is this suit beautiful? How about this one? This one is best for me. Your Majesty, these documents have been awaiting approval for a long time. Your Majesty, courtiers are waiting for you. Then one day, two strangers met with the emperor. They claimed to be weavers and said that they could weave the most magnificent fabric imaginable. Clothes made from this material had the amazing property of being invisible to anyone who was stupid or not fit for their positions. Those would be just the clothes for me, thought the emperor. If I wore them, I could tell the wise men from the fools. I would also know which of my men are unfit for their positions. The emperor gave the weavers a lot of gold and silver, so that they might begin working on the fabric immediately. Your Majesty, we know how to make the finest cloth imaginable, and the best the world has ever seen. Your Majesty, anyone who is stupid or unfit for their job will not be able to see this magic cloth. That's fine. Those would be just the clothes for me. Hey, is there such an extraordinary cloth like this one in the world? It sounds very suspicious to me. It's quite unbelievable. The strangers then quickly produced two large weaving looms. They started their work as if they were weaving, though there was, in truth, nothing on the looms. They demanded the finest silk and the best gold to continue with the weaving, but it all went into their pockets. They pretended to work on the empty looms until late into the night. Hey, we've made a fortune! That's not enough. We have to ask for more. The emperor was anxious to know how far the weavers were getting with the cloth, but he was a bit uneasy when he recalled that anyone who was unfit for his position, or stupid, could not see the material. So, the emperor decided to send his minister to the weavers to see how the material looked. He could judge best what the cloth was like, for he had intellect, and no one did his duty better. The minister went into the room where the weavers were working. "Goodness!" thought the old minister, opening his eyes wide. "I cannot see a thing." But how lucky he was that he did not say so. The two swindlers invited the minister to step closer, asking him if it was a beautiful design. Fearing he would be thought stupid, the minister was generous in praising the fabric. "What do you think of the cloth?" "You see, what beautiful colors! What a fancy, gorgeous pattern!" "Oh, my goodness! Can it be that I'm a fool? Or am I unfit to be the minister? Oh, it's beautiful. It's magnificent. The very best. When the minister came back to the emperor, he reported the same things the weavers had said. They now asked for more silk and gold, and then they pretended to work at their weaving as hard as ever. Not long afterwards, the emperor sent another courtier as well to observe the weaver's progress. Like the minister, he looked and looked, but he could see nothing at all but the empty looms. The courtier was so startled. However, he still praised the material because he did not want anyone to notice he was stupid. Your Highness, it's really perfect. I think there will be no other fabric like it in the world. Awesome! Award the 2 weavers! The entire city was talking about the magnificent cloth. The emperor could wait no longer, so he came to the weavers to see it for himself. The 2 swindlers pretended to work harder than ever. However, the emperor could see nothing on the looms. What's this? He thought. Am I a fool? Am I unfit to be the emperor? This is terrible. Then he also admired the empty loom and nodded pleasantly at the cloth. His whole retinue stared and stared, and everyone praised the fabric. Your Majesty, its color is extraordinarily beautiful. Oh, just look at these patterns. What a great masterpiece. Yes, sire, we are deeply grateful I'm bestowing on each of you the title Knight Weaver. Thank you, Your Majesty. Thank you, Your Majesty. Before the procession, the weavers stayed up all night and worked in a great rush. They pretended to take the cloth off the looms, cutting in the air with huge scissors and sewing with needles without thread. Finally, they showed the wonderful clothes to the emperor. The emperor then took off all his clothes to try on the new ones. The 2 swindlers pretended to dress him, piece by piece. The emperor turned round and round, admiring himself in the mirror with the greatest interest. The courtiers also praised the clothes, even though they saw nothing. Ho ho ho! Goodness, how beautifully they fit! Awesome! It suits you very well. Wow! You are certainly the most striking emperor in this suit. Good. Very good. I'm very pleased. Begin the procession now. The emperor walked in the procession under a splendid canopy. People in the streets said fine things about the clothes. Nobody admitted that they saw nothing, for that would prove them incompetent or a fool. Suddenly, a kid said, "Look, the emperor is naked. He looks so funny." Everything went quiet. Then, people started whispering amongst themselves. The whispers were getting louder and louder. The emperor has nothing on. The emperor shuddered, for he knew that they were right. But he thought, I must go on with the procession now. So the emperor walked more proudly than ever, and the chamberlains walked along behind, pretending to carry the imaginary train. Oh, it turned out that there was no magic cloth at all, but only a foolish emperor who was tricked by swindlers. And you find cowards and dishonest people most objectionable, don't you? The story teaches us a lesson. We should show more interest in education and not pay too much attention to appearances, like this emperor, who only cared for beautiful clothes. We also hope that, through this funny and meaningful story, you'll get one more lesson, which is about honesty. You should be brave so that you are not taken advantage of and tricked by bad people. See you next time. Goodbye. Aha! Look! The emperor is naked! Huh, poor fools. I must go on with the procession now.